man, guys, the markets got destroyed today. A lot of stocks, a lot of ETFs were red, and we have to talk about it. If you guys find value, hit the like button, subscribe, drop a comment, check out my Patreon, get your $50 from M1 Finance, which, by the way, that's limited time. Both of those, the Patreon and the $50 from M1, are linked down below. And with that being said, let's just get right into it. So the S&P went down 2.3% today. The NASDAQ went down over 2%, and we had the Russell down 3.7%, with the VIX up 50%. You can't even make this stuff up, guys. The VIX went up 50% today. Let me show you guys. And I feel like we mentioned this, I don't know, was it yesterday or maybe the day before? I forget. We talked about how the VIX could heat up quick, and I didn't think it would heat up this quick. Let me tell you guys, I did not think this would happen. We were at 20 on the VIX when I said that, and now we're testing the highs on the 4-hour chart pretty much on the VIX. We're at about 27, 28 where we were back in the middle of May, also in the middle towards the end of September. So that pretty much means there's a lot of volatility, there's a lot of fear, and there's a lot of uncertainty in the markets right now because of what we're seeing with this new variant, this new variant that is coming out of South Africa, right? We're seeing some cases there. I was reading some in China. Who the heck knows what's going on in China, though? And we're seeing a lot of uncertainty right now because people are freaking out. Oh, is this going to cause another shutdown? Is travel going to slow down? Is this, that, the third going to happen? So a lot of uncertainty right now, and we're going to break down some stocks today in this video that got destroyed. Make sure to subscribe, though, if you want to see the overall market breakdown that I'll make later on today. But this video is just going to be a quick little 10-minute video. So let's just talk about some stocks. The cruise lines. Oh, man, guys. CCL, Carnival Cruise Line, got destroyed today. It went down 11%, and it actually took out the lows that it saw back in July. I remember when I was in Hawaii over the summer, I was trading CCL there, and I actually bought some at $19, and I actually thought that was going to be the low. You know, we saw the pandemic, you know, it was kind of almost over in a sense, like back then in July. I figured this stock wouldn't go much lower than 19, and it ended up running up to 28 after that. And now we hit 17. So we took the lows out on this uncertainty, and I feel like this is a pretty good value play. I mean, if you guys think cruise lines are going to come back, which I do, and if you think CCL is the strongest one out of the bunch, out of RCL and NCLH, which I do, you know, CCL is going to be a good play in the next coming years, especially if you have that time horizon, in my opinion, to hold for a little bit. You know, if you guys remember, the lows from March were just $7. I mean, March 2020. $7, $8. So we're getting close. I mean, if we start going back down towards $15, $13, $12, I'm probably going to load the boat on CCL as more of a speculative. I don't even want to say it's extremely speculative, but it's going to be one of those plays where once COVID's kind of in the rearview mirror, after all these variants do their thing, whatever, and people are really traveling and going back on these ships, which we are expecting in 22 and 23 for that to happen, I think CCL is going to bounce back big time. So I feel like this is a bit of an overreaction, and if we do bleed a bit more, I think this could be a nice pickup. But as always, guys, do your own research, do your own due diligence. Don't buy based on these videos. I just think, really, CCL is solid here, and it's just been destroyed. Not only today went down 11%, but over the past couple of days, it's gone from $25 to $17. So it's down 30% over the past couple of days. So CCL is solid. UAL got decimated today, guys. I mean, this is United Airlines. This, like CCL, also took the lows out. We ended up taking the lows out from the summer. We ended up hitting about, what was it, $45, $43 in July, in August, in September as well, and now we just hit $40. So we just took the lows out. We closed at 42 on a nice little relief rally heading into the close today, which just happened about 9 minutes minutes ago. But still, it's looking rough, and there could be more downside. And all these stocks, guys, are kind of looped into the same group. I know we have airlines, we have cruise lines, we have hotel stocks, but they're all travel-oriented stocks, right? So they all got hit today. The hotels got hit today. Marriott was one that I was looking at recently as it was holding above the moving average, but today it collapsed under the moving average, which is not good. And Jets, the ETF that tracks a bunch of airlines, and I'm not sure how it's comprised. I didn't do too much digging into it. Probably owns all of the airlines. I mean, it does for the most part, the big ones, right? But I don't know how much of each it does own, but that's neither here nor there. What you guys have to know, though, is Jets, like UAL, also took the lows out. We hit $19 today, we went down 7%, and we broke under the lows from July, which were around $21, $22, and we bottomed there at about the end of August, So this is bleeding out, and this is a more broad way to play the airline industry, right? Just like XLE, which I own, is a broad way to play the energy industry, right? If you don't want to own an individual energy stock, you could just buy XLE, which is a bunch of them, a bunch of energy stocks combined into one ETF, also known as an exchange-traded fund. It's the same thing with Jets, right? I'm assuming they own, LUV, UAL, AAL, which AAL is another one that got destroyed today. AAL went down about 9%. It took out the bottom of the channel, and it also broke the lows. So you guys, at this point of the video, you're kind of seeing where my head's at. These stocks are getting very oversold. There's a lot of fear, and when there's fear, you can capitalize. I mean, look, if you think there's not going to be any more volatility, you're probably living in la la land. There is going to be volatility, but if you have some time horizon or some time on your side, a decent time horizon, these could be ones worth looking at. Seriously, I wouldn't be surprised if in 6 months from now, 3 months from now, AAL was trading back over 20. CCL was towards 20 plus again. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a lot of huge bounce backs in these. And I'm still sticking to oil getting back to, what is it now? Let's pop CL up. I'm still sticking to CL getting back over 85 a barrel, even though today it went down 12%. It closed at 69 a barrel, which is insane. It was just at 85 a barrel. So I think this is actually a major dip buy, in my personal opinion, when it comes to oil. I think it's going to come running back up. It might take a few months to get back to 85, but ultimately I do think that's coming, and I think it might go even higher, 90, 100 a barrel, definitely possible. So in that same breath, I think XLE, and I've been saying this, I'm sticking to it, I think XLE is going 60, 65, 70 a share. I personally believe that, so I'm looking at these stocks, ETFs, as dip buys at this point in time. Live Nation, LYV, you guys know Live Nation. This stock's starting to get hit as well. It went down 8% today. It closed at 103. We were just at 127 about 2-3 weeks ago. And I believe the Travis Scott incident occurred. I'm pretty sure that was a Live Nation event. I might be mistaken, but I'm pretty positive it was. That occurred maybe right here. Then we started to see some selling, and now with the whole COVID, the new variant, we're seeing the bigger drop. So this is right by the 180 SMA 4-hour chart. Maybe we see buyers step in here. I have a feeling we collapse under this. We go 90, 95, 85, 90. I don't know. Maybe right around there. So keep your eyes on the weakness here when it comes to Live Nation. Airbnb is another pivotal stock, guys, because with travel, people have to stay places, right? You have hotels, you have Airbnbs. Airbnb got hit today. It went down 3%. We broke under a critical level that I was watching. I was watching it to hold $180 per share. It didn't do that. We broke under the uptrend trend line that we were holding for months. Now we're trading at about 170, 175, and we're hanging on by a thread. I think if we break 170, we're probably going to bleed down to 155, maybe 150 on the lower end. And at that point, honestly, this could be opening up as a decent, maybe long-term play. I don't know. I mean, I haven't done too much financial research on Airbnb. I've obviously looked at the charts a ton, but when it comes down to the fundamentals, for me to actually buy for the long term, I didn't look too much into it. Market cap, price of sales, revenue, growth, all that stuff. It's very important when you're looking at a long-term play. And Airbnb, guys, still has a pretty steep valuation right now. Actually, I don't know, man. 110 billion market cap. That's pretty expensive. I don't want to say it's expensive, but it's definitely more on the frothy side. I wonder what the price of sales is. It's got to be like a 20, maybe even more. I'll probably look into that. Maybe do a video on Airbnb another day. But overall, it's very important. Fundamentals, financials, ratios, all that stuff. You might think it's nonsense, but it's not. It's really not nonsense whatsoever. So keep your eyes on Airbnb, guys. Macy's is another one that got destroyed today. And I think I made a video on Macy's last weekend. I think I covered it in one of my overbought videos. 3 stocks that are way overbought or something like that. We talked about Macy's in that video, and it was trading at 36, 37. And now, fast forward, it's trading at 30. It's actually come down a good chunk from that video, about 15, 20%. And we went down 5% today. So at this point, it's not as overbought as it was last weekend, right? We're right around the 180 SMA. I think buyers could step in around 28, 30 bucks here on the 4-hour chart. So that's kind of what I'm going to be watching out for. And believe it or not, my watch list today, guys, all of the stocks were red except Beyond Meat, DraftKings, and Snapchat. Crazy. Pretty crazy, right? And it kind of makes sense because now that we have this new variant, a lot of the travel stocks, like we mentioned, are getting hit, but a lot of the COVID stocks we have I guess kind of Beyond Meat could be one of them. But what was the other one? Zoom went up like crazy today. Probably Teladoc went up like crazy today. Yeah, it went up today. We had DraftKings up, which I personally own a good amount of DraftKings. It went up 1.3%. Snapchat went up 0.2%, which I also own Snapchat. So these stocks did decent, but for the majority of the markets, it wasn't as good. Pretty bad, right? So I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. We're going to go over more in my video later. Just wanted to cover some stocks that are getting destroyed today, that got destroyed today. So hit the like button, subscribe, drop a comment, check out my Patreon if you guys want all my moves in the markets. Make sure to get your 50 bucks from M1 Finance. All of that is linked down below. With that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching as always. Keep crushing the markets. Stay safe out there. Come on, guys. Stay safe. World's crazy right now. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.